I think the museum is here to create an experience, an engagement with art for everyone in the community, and for them to find their way to have that engagement. It might be through visiting the exhibitions, through a lecture, it might be through an art class. I personally believe everyone has a spark of creativity in them that we are looking to grow and expand.
How amazing that a suburb has a museum like this. Ever since 1914, the museum's built a really major regional collection that represents all the Native culture areas across the country. And now with our Native American curator, Laura Allen, who's been very active since 2021, we've been doing even a better job in terms of engaging local artists and representing Northeastern Native American communities.
I work at a school with students of completely varied abilities and varied ages. So I work with students as young as 5 and we go as old to 21. We've had a over 2-decade partnership with the Montclair Art Museum, of which I've been a part of for the last 7 years. A lot of my students are non-speaking or are limited speaking, and art is a space where students get to have the freedom to create something for themselves, and just letting my students have fun with it and just kind of see what they make. I mean, that's the goal. Art is such a wonderful thing that I can bring to them.
The organization African American Cultural Committee is an affinity group within the museum. African American artists, art collectors, art enthusiasts, and members of the museum's community. We support the museum's efforts to engage the African American community in a way that's actually impactful. Once you have that programming that is of interest to the Black community, then the expectation is that the African American community is more willing and more interested in participating. We have a legacy of engagement with Black artists, Black art, Black community that is laudable, and we absolutely have to keep that up.
We really are a special place that day in and day out. I think in a complicated world, this is a place of respite. We are here for everybody. This is a museum for the entire community. It is certainly a very key part of the history of Montclair from the 20th century onward, and it reflects the changes that have happened in Montclair. And I think Montclair has become a more open community, and people are recognizing that and coming here, and I think the same thing has happened to the museum.
The basic mission is that through art, we inspire, challenge, and engage visitors, and that's hopefully so that everyone can work together collectively to shape a better future for all. I also think about visitors who come on their own and just enjoy a quiet moment in the Innes Gallery, for example. That's a favorite of a lot of visitors. It's a very meditative, spiritual kind of space. Donating to the museum and joining the museum as members, they're making an investment in the community and in an institution that plays a major role within this community in terms of engaging and hopefully inspiring people through the arts.
The Montclair Art Museum is not just an institution that I take my students to. The people who are a part of the museum are so considerate and so attentive to the community that it serves. And I feel that every time I come here, because there has been so much pre-planning and preparation in order to make sure that my students' time and their inclusion partners' time spent here is memorable and engaging. And so when I think why art, I just think it has like the most incredible benefits.
Art can and will save lives, meaning not just keep you from dying, but just make your life different and just open things up for you to just see that there are ways to express yourself. And it's just such a good lesson to sit and watch and look at some art and just see somebody expressing themselves and know that, you know what, there are other outlets. This is the Montclair Art Museum. If you're in and around Montclair, this is your art museum. So being in the community where we are engaging actively as we do says, you know, this is your museum. Welcome to MAM.
Welcome to MAM.
Welcome to MAM.
Welcome to MAM.